Hi, everybody. Hi. We are still waiting for some other people to join. We're just trying to save some more time for those people being late. But the seminar is being recorded. So let's wait for a little bit. And so far we can meet each other. My name is Irada, and I'm going to be with you for next upcoming 1 hour. I will be answering your questions, but before that, I'll be providing with some general information what you need to know about Unibroad, because some people may not completely understand the main idea of the company, the mission of the company. So that's why we decided to go online today, just to explain how everything works. So I guess it's time for us to start already. And I hope everybody sees my screen. So here's the website, which is called Unibroad. I guess you all have already visited this website and you have seen the algorithms working, but you may not completely understand. So here I am to guide you through the website. This website is not informative, so you need to know. This website is not informative. It's your personal assistant and your personal guide through study abroad purposes. So you don't need to sign up for any purpose. You don't need to sign up. You don't need to register. You don't need to provide any personal information. If you want just to look through the website. If you are willing to study abroad, maybe obtain your bachelor degree or your master's degree, but you do not know when, where, how much. So the website can help you out. So easily you can start with answering 5 questions, which come over the homepage. I will show you how it works. You don't need to sign up again, as I told you before. So simply you write down your personal information. It starts with your answer. The second question is about the level you would like to study. So far, Unibroad offers 2 levels. We offer a bachelor degree and a master degree. We do not offer any PhD, any summer courses, any short courses. We offer only a bachelor and master's degree and everything related to these 2 degrees. Let's say pathway, foundations, pre-masters, and etc. So I would choose master just to show you how it works. Here it comes. The next question is about the destinations. So you can choose any destination that you like. I would choose USA. So it's easy to start with. Let's go to the next question. Here it comes with your educational background. So if you remember, I chose a master's degree. That's why I need to provide some information about my bachelor's background. So let's say I studied business and I studied, let's say, brand management. So here is the GPA calculation. If you know, in CIS countries, we have a 100-point system. In Europe, we have 5 or 4-point system, while in US, it's only 4. That's why you don't need to count anything yourself. It's easily counted by the website. I would put something like 92. Let's go on to the next question. Here's the preferred major of my master's studies. What we do is simply we pick up something we would like to study. You don't need to pick the same thing that you studied at the university. So you can choose anything else. But let's say, some other people are joining. Okay. So you can pick business, and let's say you are not sure if you want to go on with management or something, so you can choose all faculties of parent just to see what other options you can find on Unibroad. So you don't have to pick something completely the same. Let's go to the next question. Here's the other question, which asks you about the working experience. If you remember, we have picked master's degree. In some universities, master's degree requires a minimum 1-2 years of experience, of working experience. But if you see, it is not a mandatory question. It's an optional question. So if you want to skip it, you can skip it completely. But I will put 2 as just an example. So let's go to the next question, which is preferred languages of studies. So far, Unibroad offers 2 languages, which is English language and German language. So if you pick up English language, you will see the bar chart opening with certificate questions. If you see, none of them are mandatory. So you don't have to, you're not required to have any IELTS score or any TOEFL score to be able to start studying abroad. So simply, IELTS is welcomed, or like TOEFL is welcomed. But again, you can skip these questions if you don't have any of them. So it's not a big deal. Let's go on to the next question. So far, Unibroad itself carves you an option. Here is it. Unibroad offers me 430 options, which are completely a good match for my bachelor degree and for what I showed. Extra, what else can we do is we can adjust, we can adjust the payment. So let's say if your budget is a little bit limited, or you don't want to pay a lot, or maybe you want to find some high rank prestigious universities, you can adjust your budget by adding extra information through the filters. Here is it. Maybe the most important filter is price range. So let's say my budget is limited, so I'd like to pay not more than, let's say, $25,000 in USA. So I can adjust this filter and I can search again. So what happens after is it finds 175 options which fit my choice. So let's look through these options. This is how programs look like. Let's pick one to see. Here is health informatics, as I chose business, which is about business administration. It's Master of Business Administration. Here is the description of the program. So here you can get a gist about the program, what you would study, what the course is about, and etc. Here are the requirements of the program. So the program is asking for IELTS 5.5 and or TOEFL 61. An important thing to know is that every program has two options, which is IELTS or TOEFL. You are not required to apply both of them. So you need to have only one by your choice. If there is any university which does not accept any of them, you will see only one option. Here is it. And what else do we have here? All right. Excuse me. I guess you do not see my screen. I can start again, actually. I can do it myself. Excuse me. I guess I need to do it again, right? So do you see my screen again? I'm sorry for this kind of technical problems. It happens sometimes. So I hope everybody sees it. Here is the important thing to mention as well. Here are the deadlines and the start dates, end dates, and everything. Here is the general deadline and international deadline. So some people may ask a question, what is the difference between general deadline and international deadline? International deadline is supposed to be met by international students, while general deadline is a general intake closure. So what it means actually is even if you're a little bit late, you may catch up with the general deadline as well. While when the general deadline is closed, you cannot apply for the same semester. Here is the time when semester starts, 31st January of 2022. For those people who are applying from countries when you need to obtain a visa, you need to remember, dear students, you need approximately 3 months to get your visa process finalized. That's why we kindly urge you to apply in advance, so you don't have any problems with visa issuing, because it usually takes up to 3 months, especially for these countries like USA, Australia, Canada, and etc. Even especially if your country does not have the same embassy. This is very important to remember. So please not get tricked by these deadlines. The deadline of the university does not mean the deadline of the visa application. So you need to have at least 3 months in stock to apply for a visa. What else can I show you here? So this is the general duration of the program, which is 20 months here. This is the location and the campus. It's in USA, it's in New Hampshire, and here is the delivery type. It's on campus. So far, we have different types of delivery, which is on campus, which is distant learning, and blended, like hybrid. So you can study, let's say, half time on campus and half time on distant learning. If somebody has a question regarding distant learning, considering COVID-19 regulations, I just want you to know that even though COVID-19 is still in our lives, all universities are opening. in Europe and USA. So for students, there is no problem in applying to visa. So you still can travel as a student. If you want to get your degree online, like distant learning, in this case, you need to remember that no bachelor is accepted online, because bachelor degrees are just the beginning of your academic way, so you need to be on campus. So almost all programs of bachelor degrees are offered on campus or sometimes blended. Distant learning is more popular with MBA, with master's degree, and some concentrations. So let's come back to the program. Here is the price of the program. Just want you to remember and to know the price that you see here is just a typical price. It does not consider any discounts or any scholarships that Unibroad can help you with. So if it's $21,000, just make sure you ask us if there is a possibility to get a little bit of more discount or maybe some scholarship. We will be talking about it a little bit later. So here is the scholarship position. If a university offers any scholarship, you can see it in this position. So you can go on scrolling and finding the best option for you. You can also adjust your choice by more filters, let's say by cities. You can choose any city in US. You can add locations like campus, combined, and distant learning. So combined also means blended. It's the same. It's when you study half-time on campus and half-time online. So let's say you would like to apply to any program that you see here. So let's say you liked this health informatics program, which is also about MBA. What happens here is you simply need to apply now, and it goes to your basket. Everybody is used to online shopping, right? So this is the same as online shopping. So it goes to your programs. What happens now is it's time for you to register. If it's your first time to visit, or if you are a returning user, you can simply sign in. So I will press complete now, and if you see, I already have my my account here, like one of our applicants' account. Just want to show you how students see the account of Unibroad. So here is it. You can scroll down again, so the same interface. But if you want, you see, if you want to apply, you already don't need to write down your information again. So what happens after is you simply upload your documents. All documents are required, so we need to get all your documents. You will see the list after you decide which program to apply with. Then you will see a contract, an agreement. This is between you and Unibroad, just to make sure you allow us to proceed with your documents. And then you submit it. What happens after is that Unibroad family, I guess you don't see me again, right? Do you see my screen? I hope somebody messages me at least, yeah. All right. Okay, just on my way, I saw one question. Do you work with European universities or only US, Australia, and Canada? Thank you very much for this question, Abbas. You can see, by the way, all the destinations that we work with at the bottom of the website. So here are the popular destinations. We do work with European universities. We do work with such countries as Singapore, Saudi Arabia, and a lot of other countries, except from USA, Canada, Australia, and etc. Just for you to remember and to know, Unibroad is an American-based company which serves CIS countries to get enrolled into a European or Western universities. So here you can see all the countries that we offer. Like you can see Portugal, Singapore, Spain, Switzerland, Turkey, Cyprus, and etc. So you can scroll down and see all the programs in all the countries that we offer. By the way, this is also a good option to scroll and find the best program for you if you are sure about your destination, but you do not know which university to enter. You don't have any idea. So I will give you one more example. Let's say I want to study my master's degree in France, but I'm not sure about like anything. I'm not sure about my budget. I'm not sure about the location and even about the city. What can I do is simply I can scroll down and find France on the website and see what kind of offers does it have. So let's say if I want to study master's, I can filter it by master's filter just to see what options we have in France. So here is it. Here's it, finance and big data in Neoma Business School. It's a famous business school and our partner. If you see something like this, it's in orange, in deep orange and italics. This is a note. A note is something that you need to know before you apply. So what we have here is for Unibroad applicants, the application fee of 100 euros will be waived. So this is one of advantages to apply through Unibroad. You just need to know that Unibroad does not charge you any money except of $5 to proceed with your application. So $5 is it's a fee that is charged to proceed your documents. Unibroad does not charge any other service fee. You can be charged only by application fee, with application fee if a university requires it. Some of our partners waive this application fee. Some of our partners offer extra discounts, extra scholarships specifically for our students. So here's the gist of the website. If you want to see some universities we work with, like you are not sure about the university, you can go to our partners list. It's a big, big list and you need to be very patient to scroll down to all the pages. You can see it's like 16 pages, it's 210 universities so far offered, but Unibroad has more than 400 universities and we add them on a daily basis. So here is it. What else can you do? You can also search programs in general. You can also go to the programs list and see which programs are offered on the website. If you are not sure about anything, if you're not sure about the destination even, so you can go and see the search engine. Let's say you want to study something like international relations, but you don't know anything. You don't know the destination. You are not sure about the choices. So what you can do is simply you can search by the keywords, by writing international relations to see what the website can offer you. Oh, I guess it's some kind of internet connection. All right, so Unibroad offers you 176 options around like many different countries, including USA and United Kingdom, so you can see it this way. All right. Thank you very much, Abbas. It's my pleasure to be useful for you. Thank you very much. So what else can I tell you about Unibroad? Unibroad is not on, I guess we can go to some home talk format. We can come back to just a straightforward talk. So I talk to you straightforward. So before applying to Unibroad system, what can happen to you? First of all, we are always here to help you with any options because you know it's a life-changing decision. So you may not be sure about like the destination, even about your eligibility. So Unibroad has a very, very big team in many countries. So we ensure our presence in Saudi Arabia, in Uzbekistan, in Kazakhstan, in India, in China, in Azerbaijan, in Ukraine, in Belarus, and in almost all Eastern European countries. So even if we cannot meet you in person, we will be very happy to give you online consultation by video talk, just to find the best match for you. So to make sure you do not lose your money, time, and hopes on something which is not the best option for you. Because when applying to a foreign university, you need to make sure that all your documents are okay. They meet all the requirements. For international students, for those students who want to study in English, but their documents are in their native language, please remember all the documents need to be translated and approved by the notary. Some documents like school certificates, like bachelor degree diplomas, and etc. Coming to some extra some extra requirements from universities. It's a very, very burning issue today, and a lot of students ask us these questions about COVID-19 passport and about COVID-19 situation in Europe and in USA and etc. So guys, you should know that you are not required to have your vaccination done prior to your arrival, because if you are a student, you will be applying for a residence permit, and that's why you are required to get your vaccination done in the country of your studies. So before that, you are not required to have any vaccination done, or I mean, non-insurance, non-passport of COVID-19. So you should make a note on that. Secondly, applying to a foreign university consists of two parts, two steps, two phases. One is to get admission from the university, and the second one is to get your visa to the university. Unibroad provides consultations on visa. If somebody guarantees you a visa, please do not believe this, because a visa is something which cannot be guaranteed or promised. It is something that is decided over by the embassy and by the diplomatic missions. But if your documents are okay, if everything is in order, there is no possibility of you to get a visa refusal. If you want to apply to universities and you need our consultation, what kind of information do we ask from you? First of all, you need to provide us with your GPA. GPA is a general point at your university. It's written in your diplomas. It's an overall band. If you are applying for a bachelor's degree, it's like your marks at school. In different countries, they can be graded differently. So in CIS countries, it can be from 1 to 5, from 1 to 12, from 1 to 100, and etc. It depends on the program that you are studying. But we will be very happy to help you with calculation of everything, so you don't need to be worried about. Because I know right now I'm talking about something very complex and very major, so you may be confused, you may be frightened. So no need in that. We are here to guide you through all these processes. When you get your admission from the university, this is where the fairy tale begins, because at the same time, you need to work on your accommodation, and we will be here again to help you. So you will never be alone. We will be always holding your hand throughout these processes. So after you get your admission to the university, you have to work out on your accommodation and to start preparing your documents for visa. We receive a lot of questions about scholarships and about discounts and about full scholarship and about grants. So first of all, I want to explain the difference among all these terms. Let's start with the word scholarship. A scholarship is a financial aid provided to you on a particular basis. So scholarships can be majorly of two types. One type is called merit-based scholarship. So sometimes we ask this kind of a question to the students. So what kind of scholarship you're interested in? So we have like generally a merit-based scholarship is something that you need to win and you need to deserve. So you have to be eligible to get a scholarship. It can be paid on a monthly basis. It can be paid in cash. It can be paid by transfer or like covering anything, let's say like an accommodation and tuition fee. So there are different ways of delivering this money to you. Scholarships may be offered by universities themselves, by funds, by some associations like student support associations. So if you want to win a merit-based scholarship, depending on the university, you can do it from the first year of your studies, you can do it from the second semester or from the second year, depending on your, it's very important to know, on your academic performance. So you have to study well, you have to attend well, you have to be socially active. Sometimes we also ask this kind of question, do you have any social activity certificate or something like this? Depending on the country you're applying to, these kind of achievements may give you an extra advantage and may make you eligible to receive any kind of financial aid. So let's say if you are a basketball player, the United States universities will be very happy to somehow financially support you, or like add you to some teams, and by this way they will be able to support you financially, or they can give you a discount or something else. If you are very good at playing tennis, It can also be a bonus for you if you want to apply to merit-based scholarship or even need-based scholarship. So this is, and also your language skills are very important if you want to apply for a merit-based scholarship. Because let's say if your IELTS is something like below 6.5 and your GPA is below 85, it already lowers the possibility of you to apply for a merit-based scholarship. But you don't need to lose your hope, because we have a lot of different options, which is, first of all, a need-based scholarship. So what that is, a need-based scholarship is the amount of money that is provided to the student by either a university or any other organization responsible for this, in order to make a student be able to afford the education. So usually it is provided to the student if the student manages to prove his need to get the education and his inability to pay for it. In this case, motivation letter matters a lot. So you need to provide a very strong motivation letter, a letter of motivation to the financial department of the university or to a particular department, explaining why you want to study at this university and why you deserve a merit-based scholarship, and excuse me, a need-based scholarship. We also consult on this issue, so you don't need to worry about this. The next step is discounts. Discounts are very popular in US, in Western countries, let's say USA, Canada, Australia, and etc., because the prices are very, very costly there usually for international students, not for themselves. So they offer discounts. The discounts, again, may be different. They may be merit-based discounts. So if you are a good student, if you have very good GPA, very good language skills, or very good social activities, like I said, basketball, tennis, or something else, even helping homeless people or whatsoever, it also matters. So when applying, you can add any certificate in English, or if you are applying to a German language program in German language, so we can consider them as well. This is what I wanted to say about merit-based scholarships. And let's move on to loans and discounts. So yeah, discounts are done at the beginning of the academic semester. We also can help you with an early bird discount. So what is an early bird discount? It's when you apply at the very beginning of the intake. So let's say if you were very early at your application, they can make you approximately up to starting from 5 to 20% of a discount because you were early at your application. But it has specific requirements. So you have to transfer your payment at least of the first semester, so they give you a discount. These issues are always discussed with us, so we always guide you through these issues. There are also different, other different types of help, let's say loans, bursaries, family discounts, but they are very subjective and very individual. That's why we cannot guarantee anything, but what we can promise is like 100% of help from our side and assistance. When applying to any university, you need to count your budget, first of all. If you want to apply to an American university, like a Canadian university or whatsoever, you need to consider the budget. The life expenses are pretty high there, of course, depending on the state, but you should consider something above $15,000 if you want to apply there. If you are thinking about a little bit cheaper option, you can opt for Europe. Of course, we do have a lot of different partners which are way more expensive than in USA, depending on your major, depending on the prestige. But on Unibroad, you can find programs starting from 1,000 euros, like 800 euros, up to, I guess you have seen it already in the price range, $98,000 for all cars. So we do have an offer for everybody. Studying abroad is not expensive. You need to understand this. Study abroad is not expensive. You have to set yourself free from this kind of a stereotype that traveling abroad is very expensive. Yeah, it's a little bit costly because you're changing the country. You are going to live in a different place. You are going to discover a different place, but it's not expensive at all. Usually working in person with potential students, when we offer a country, they say, no, that's a very expensive country. It usually happens with France or with Switzerland. Dear potential students, please do not frighten yourself with this kind of stereotypes. It is not true. No country is expensive if you count it right and according to your budget. We do have a lot of different partners in Switzerland, starting from 15,000 euros, which is not very expensive, which is not expensive at all for Switzerland. We do work with different types of universities. We work with public universities. We work with private universities. In CIS countries, there is one stereotype walking through. They say, people sometimes say, a private university is not as good as a public university. But in the Western world, we don't have this kind of attitude. Vice versa, private universities are more more in need, more in interest, because private universities offer more job opportunities. They offer more intakes. They offer flexible payment installments, because you can divide your payment even up to 12 times a year. So let's say if your payment is something like 10,000 euros per year, you can pay it even by month, starting from the very first beginning. Private universities give you a full refund. Private universities can assist with your visa process, so they are fully involved in you coming to the country. And you can get a lot of different job opportunities studying at the private universities. State universities also offer a lot of opportunities, but there are some particular limitations, because state universities do not have as many intakes a year as private universities. And this is something that you also need to know. There is a thing that I would like to talk about. It is about those people who are applying for a bachelor's degree in Europe or USA or like any other Western country. So if you are from a country which is like a CIS country, and if you studied 11 years in your school, you need to know that in Europe and the Western countries, we have 12 years of school education, which is called K-12. So what it means is all public universities, please remember this, all public universities, almost like 5% out. So almost all of them require a foundation year to complete this gap between your 11th year and the bachelor's degree. So you have to spend your 12th year in a foundation. So let's say if you want to apply to a German university, to a German public university, or sometimes even a private university, and if you want to apply for a bachelor's degree, you need to study a Studienkolleg, which is a kind of a foundation in Germany. Not all universities in Germany require this. It's just an example. It was just an example in a European country. But when it comes to public universities, it's a general rule for everybody. So if you want to study in Italy and in a public university, you have to complete this 1 year of foundation. This rule is a little bit different with private universities, because private universities may offer a lot of different options by blending your foundation year, by offering you the first year of your bachelor's degree with a more flexible program. So when applying to any university, you also need to consider this. One more important thing for students to know, for those students who want to apply to a bachelor degree, is that if you are underaged, and usually it happens with the CIS countries applicants, if you are underaged, which means if you are under 18, you need to have a parent consent to travel and to study. This is an official document which is signed by both of the parents, or by one parent in some cases. That he or she is not against his child to leave his country and to go and study. This is about underage applicants, and if you're underage, you have to get your guardianship, and this is something that we can also help you with. So in no case, in no way you are going to be alone, but I want just to inform you as much as I can so you're ready for this kind of a process. Nothing of that is hard, but it's really time consuming. So when applying to university, make sure you're applying on the right time in advance.
So you catch up with all the processes, including the visa process and application process and accommodation registration and etc. What else? There is one document which is required by all universities and by all embassies, which is called bank statement. Bank statement is a document which shows that you are able to pay for your education and your stay. Basically, it is a document from the bank. It might be a local bank. It might be a bank of the country that you're applying to in case of Germany, because Germany requires a Deutsche Bank paper. So, but generally, typically it's local. So in 99%, it's your local bank of your choice. So this is a document which shows the amount of money on your account, on your bank account. Usually, if you want to know how much it should be, usually it should be a year of stay. So let's say if your education is like 10,000 euros, at least have a half of it over on your account. Because this is the document which is required by the embassies, just to make sure that you are payable, you are able to pay. This money is yours. You do not transfer it to any university, to any association. Nobody can take this money from you. Just make sure you know this. This is not the tuition fee, because you pay the tuition fee to the university. So it's extra. It's something that you need to know. It's extra. And it's just on your account. So the embassy sees that in case of any emergency, you are able to pay for any cases. Depending on the country and depending on the university you're applying to, this amount can change. But usually it starts with like 2,000 euros. If you're going to study at the university whose tuition fee is like 1,000 or something. Sometimes students ask me a question: is it possible to reduce my tuition fee from the second year or the third year? Yeah, it's also possible, but it depends on the university. It varies from university to university. So if a university gives this kind of a chance, of course you can. Usually this is a merit-based scholarship. Some universities may offer you dual degree, double diploma. What these are: a double degree diploma or maybe a dual diploma. It is something that provides you with 2 diplomas at the end. Usually it happens when a university has a partnership with a different university. Sometimes some students wish to study in USA, but due to some reasons, like different reasons, subjective reasons, they cannot go to the USA. In this case, what we recommend is you can pick up any university in Europe, any country that you like, any country of your choice, which offers a double degree diploma. So you can also receive your degree from the USA. Just for you to know, there is no difference in diplomas issued in USA and to a student who studied in Europe but studied double degree. So you will have the same diploma, and these diplomas are acceptable in USA, of course. If you study in Poland, let's say, if you study in Poland, this diploma will be accepted in any European country, and you will be able to have your working contract in any country of Europe. So there's no difference. Even if you studied in Germany, you can go and work in France and vice versa, etc. So depending on your choice. What else should I talk about? What else is interesting to you? You might have any question or something. As I told you, we are able to provide you with personal consultations. We have a very big team. Just want to show you how to reach us. Of course, you can find us on our social networks. We are on Twitter, we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we are everywhere. We are on our website. But if you need our help, and if you need to talk to us, you can also mail us. I will show you the contacts, so you can mail us. You can also mail us at application, if you see it, application@unibroad.co. If you are not sure whether you are eligible to the program, so you can send your documents to us through the application at unibroad.co, so we can come back to you commenting on your documents. If you have any other questions, any concerns, any uncertainties, you can also contact us by inquiries at unibroad.co, or if you need any of our support, any maybe technical issue, maybe something that we can help you with, it's support at unibroad.co, or you can WhatsApp us as well. You can see the number here. You can see the number here. This number is also displayed on the website. So yeah, here it is. If there is anything I can help you with, maybe I should talk a little bit about the difference of pathway programs and pre-master's programs and everything like this. So the biggest concern of students applying to foreign universities is, I don't have any IELTS certificate, or I don't have any TOEFL, I don't have any test stuff. In this case, please do not worry, because almost all universities offer a different opportunity for you. So if you do not have any language certificate due to some reasons, what we can do is we can offer you an internal exam of the university. So a university may have a Skype interview with you, may have a Zoom talk with you, or may have an internal exam even. So for the university, it is not of a big deal. So a university can accept your language skills even without your IELTS certificate. Of course, if you studied in English, and if like at least a half of your exams were in written form in English, or like the same alternative as German. So let's say if you studied at an English school, or maybe German school, or an IB program, in this case, you are not required to have IELTS or TOEFL, because your language skills are proved by your school certificate or by your bachelor's degree certificate. This is something that also needs to be remembered. But IELTS or TOEFL or test stuff might be a little bit of an issue when you apply to visa, because embassies sometimes are very picky and very attentive. So usually if you do not have an IELTS certificate or like any other language certificate, they might ask you a question about your language skills. So just in order to be on the safe side, we do recommend to get your language certificate ready at least till you are ready for the appointment at the embassy. Again, it's not for any requirement, it's not required, but it's highly recommended just to lower the risk of you getting a visa refusal. This is very important. All right, related exam. Are those exams, okay, I've got a question here. Are those exams certificates necessary, crucial for getting a scholarship, especially in Europe? All right, so thank you very much for the question. Any exams like GRA, GMAT, and etc., GMT, or like whatsoever, yeah, they are an extra, of an extra advantage. As I told you, anything can be an advantage. And of course, if you want to get a merit-based scholarship, it does matter. But in Europe, it might be specifically required by a particular occupation, by a particular major. It might be an extra requirement. But what we have seen is throughout all this COVID-19 period, a lot of universities, they have waived this kind of requirement. So if it was required to have GRA or GMAT in order to apply to a US master's degree, now it's completely waived. So now they are more subjectively considering the applications. Sometimes in order to get a scholarship, a merit-based scholarship, they can require to pass an exam. It can also happen. But as I told you, if you're applying to a merit-based scholarship, even if there is something which is not required or hasn't been required, still you can add anything which can help which can show your academic performance. Talking about this, just want to say something. Please remember that all English-related exams, language exams like IELTS, they have the expiration time. So IELTS duration is for 2 years, please remember. And when you apply to the university, make sure your IELTS is fresh or at least not expired. And something else that I want to say, when you apply to a foreign university, please make sure that your passport has at least a 6 month or a year ahead, because sometimes we get applications of students whose passports expire in September of the academic year, or maybe in August of the academic year, because it does create a little bit of a difficulty when you apply to your visa. Please make sure your documents are fresh. They do have some time to run with you. If there is anything else I can help you with, I will be very happy to answer. All right, I am very interested in Erasmus Mundus Joint Master Degree Scholarship. What kind of information could you say about it? All right, Erasmus Mundus is something that is discussed at the university once you have already been enrolled. This is something that a student should catch up by himself. It depends, again, it depends on your major. It depends on the country you're applying to. It depends on the university you are studying at, if this university offers the same scholarship. But even if no, we have a lot of different alternatives. So you need to catch up with the university that you're applying to. Sometimes, like currently, I know that one of our partners offers up to 85% of a scholarship for distant learning. So we do have some partners who offer scholarships for distant learning. And talking about this, I just remembered about something else. I'm sorry for talking too much. I guess you all are tired already, but everything is very important to mention. So we do have such kind of concepts which are called an application fee, an enrollment fee, a registration fee, and a deposit. These all are different, although they sound the same. So an application fee is the only amount, just one more time, it is the only amount which is paid ahead. Basically, it is money. It is the money that you pay to the university, not to Unibroad, to the university to consider your application. And this payment is no way refundable. So the university do not refund this payment. That's why it's called an application fee. It's money that you pay to the university to consider your application. One more time, it's not refundable. We also have this kind of concepts which are an enrollment fee or a registration fee. They are synonyms, an enrollment fee or a registration fee. This is the amount of money which is paid straight forward after your admission paper. Basically, this is the money that is charged by the university to keep you a seat. So they know that you do want to enroll. So this is called enrollment fee or registration fee. Generally, in 95%, this money is also not refundable. Sometimes it happens like a student decides to change up his mind and not to proceed with the university. In this case, the university does not refund the registration fee. Or if you have paid like some big amount of money, so they keep this registration fee and then they refund the rest. We also have this kind of a term which is called the deposit. It is very popular in Germany and Switzerland, in France. This is the amount of money which is extra. It's out of your tuition fee and it is paid in advance, like a warrant of you being enrolled. So let's say your tuition fee is like 10,000 euros and the deposit is 3,000 euros. So this 3,000 euros will be paid back to you during your last semester. So let's say if it's your bachelor degree, like on your 6th semester, this deposit is paid you back. So this is not something that you lose. All right. In case you want to, in case you don't want to proceed with the application, but you have already paid your deposit, the deposit is refundable. So the deposit is refundable. Some universities may have their registration fee inside the deposit. In this case, they keep the the registration fee and they pay you the rest back. The refund takes up to 2 months usually. If you get your visa refusal, usually students ask me, okay, what happens if I get my visa refused? If you get your visa refusal, The university is, of course, it gets information about this. The university may offer you to join online so you don't lose your time, or to suspend you to the next intake until you get your visa procedures. If you decide not to proceed, they will of course refund you. They will give you a refund, keeping some fees out of the money that you have paid. Especially it's a registration fee. It might be something else. So if there is anything else I can help you with, I will be very happy to. If I know that I have provided you with a lot of different information, a lot of complex information, so you need some time to digest and absorb this. So once you digest it, I will be very happy to get you back with more questions in a more subjective cases. If you have no questions, I would be very happy to answer them by our mails. One more time, you can contact us by any social network account, by Twitter, by Instagram, by Facebook, by the website. We do have an application form on the website. I can show you the application field on the website, and we receive your application straightforward. So we have contact us on the website. So here is it. You can send us an email and we will be answering within 24 hours. We try to keep up with all the messages, although we can have a lot of applications, but we still try to answer all of them on time. Thank you very much for spending time with me. It was a pleasure. If Unibroad can be of any help, we are always here to help. Have a nice day. Goodbye.